8 Stoic Rules to Destroy Anger and Upset Forever. Master Inner Peace. Introduction. Why anger controls us and how Stoicism frees us. Anger is one of the most destructive forces a person can experience. It clouds judgment, corrodes relationships, and drains energy better spent on growth, success, and happiness. Yet, anger is not inevitable. It is not something that happens to us. It is a choice. Stoicism, the philosophy practiced by some of history's greatest minds like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, teaches that the key to freedom lies within ourselves. By learning to master your mind, you can rise above anger and upset, achieving a level of inner calm that others might envy. Imagine responding to criticism without frustration, facing setbacks with clarity, and walking away from conflict with your peace intact. This is not a fantasy. It is achievable through practice, reflection, and disciplined action. Throughout this guide, you will learn 8 Stoic rules designed to help you reclaim control over your emotional responses, transform challenges and conflicts into opportunities for growth, build habits that make anger powerless over you, create a life of clarity, focus, and unshakable calm. If you want to make this transformation permanent, subscribe to the channel. Each video provides actionable Stoic wisdom to strengthen your mind, improve your emotional resilience, and cultivate inner peace that lasts a lifetime. Rule 1. Recognize that anger is your choice. Anger is often perceived as a natural response to unfairness, criticism, or harm. But the Stoics teach us that anger only exists if we give it power. It is not the world that makes us angry. It is our reaction to the world. Consider a situation where someone cuts you off in traffic. The immediate impulse might be rage, honking, shouting, or giving them the finger. But ask yourself, does this reaction serve me? Will it improve my day? The moment you pause and recognize that anger is optional, you reclaim control. The Stoics practiced this principle daily. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reminded himself that no one can harm his mind without his consent. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters." When you internalize this truth, anger loses its grip over your life. Actionable exercise. Next time frustration arises, take a deep breath and silently ask, "Is this worth my peace?" Observe your body and mind. Notice the tension, the racing thoughts, and consciously choose a calmer response. Over time, this simple pause rewires your brain to respond with reason, not reaction. Rule 2. Separate what you can control from what you cannot. Stoicism emphasizes a radical idea. Some things are within our control, and some are not. External events, other people's actions, and unforeseen circumstances are out of your hands. What is in your control is your response, your judgment, and your choices. Imagine facing criticism at work. You cannot control the critic, but you can control your reaction. Will you respond with calm, or will you lash out? By focusing only on what you can control, you conserve energy, maintain peace, and take ownership of your emotional state. Historical example. Seneca faced political exile, betrayal, and immense loss, yet his writings show a man unshaken by events outside his control. He focused on his mind, his principles, and his actions, the only true domains he could govern. Actionable exercise. Write down a recent event that made you angry. Separate what was within your control and what wasn't. Reflect on how focusing on the controllable could have changed your response. Practice this daily, and watch how anger loses its power. Rule 3. Pause before reacting. Almost all anger begins with a rapid, automatic reaction. Stoics teach that a pause, brief yet intentional, is the ultimate tool against emotional chaos. By creating even a moment of reflection, you allow reason to override impulse. Take the example of receiving harsh criticism. Your instinct may be to defend yourself immediately, but pausing, even for a few breaths, allows you to respond with thoughtfulness, clarity, and dignity. Over time, this habit trains your mind to approach every situation with calm authority. Actionable exercise. Next time someone provokes you, pause and count to 10. Breathe deeply. Consider, does reacting help or harm me? Make your response a conscious choice rather than a reflex. Rule 4. Reframe challenges as opportunities. Anger thrives when we perceive life as unfair. The Stoics taught that every obstacle is an opportunity for growth. A challenge is not a punishment. It is a chance to practice patience, resilience, and wisdom. Example: imagine losing a promotion you wanted. Rather than getting frustrated, ask, what can I learn from this? How can I improve? Each setback becomes a lesson, strengthening your character. Obstacles are no longer sources of upset. They are tools to master your mind. Actionable exercise. Write down one challenge you currently face. List 3 ways it could help you grow if approached with a calm, stoic mindset. Refer back to this daily. Rule 5. Accept the impermanence of all things. One of the deepest causes of anger is attachment. Attachment to how we think life should be, how people should behave, or how events should unfold. Stoicism teaches that everything is temporary. People change, situations evolve, and emotions pass. By embracing impermanence, you reduce the fuel that feeds anger and upset. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the fleeting nature of life. In Meditations, he reminded himself that everything, from fortune to adversity, is temporary, and clinging to it only creates suffering. When we accept impermanence, we stop resisting reality and begin responding with calm and clarity. Practical exercise. The next time anger arises, ask yourself, will this matter in a week, a month, or a year? Imagine letting the event pass like a cloud in the sky. This visualization helps detach from unnecessary upset. Over time, you train your mind to respond to life's challenges with serenity. Reflection prompt. Write down 3 things you are holding on to that cause frustration. For each, reflect on its temporary nature and how accepting impermanence could free you from anger. Practicing this daily rewires your mind to seek calm over conflict. Rule 6. Practice empathy and understanding. Anger often arises from misunderstanding. We interpret others' actions through our own fears, biases, and expectations. The Stoics emphasized empathy as a tool to dissolve anger. People act according to their knowledge, experiences, and limitations. Recognizing this allows us to respond with understanding instead of hostility. Imagine a colleague harshly criticizing your work. Your first impulse might be resentment or retaliation, but if you consider their perspective, the pressures they face, their insecurities, you can respond calmly, avoiding unnecessary conflict. Empathy does not mean weakness. It strengthens your control over your emotions and enhances relationships. Practical exercise. When someone triggers anger, pause and ask, what might they be feeling? What pressures might they be under? Write a short reflection from their perspective. This mental exercise cultivates compassion and reduces reactive anger. Subtle call to subscribe. If you want more exercises like this that train your mind to remain unshakable, subscribe to the channel. Daily Stoic practices like these can transform your emotional life. Rule 7. Train your mind daily. Mastering anger is not a one-time achievement. It is a daily practice. Stoics wrote reflections, meditated, and reviewed their actions to strengthen their minds consistently. By committing to daily mental training, you build habits that prevent anger from taking root. Marcus Aurelius started each day reflecting on potential challenges and how he would respond with calm and virtue. Seneca practiced journaling to review his reactions and refine his judgment. You too can build a daily routine to reinforce peace and resilience. Practical exercises for daily training. Morning reflection. Before starting your day, visualize potential challenges and how you will respond calmly. Evening journaling. Reflect on moments of anger or frustration. Ask yourself, could I have responded better? What did I learn? Mindful pauses. Practice pausing for a few breaths before reacting throughout the day. Over time, these practices rewire your mind. Anger becomes a fleeting impulse, no longer controlling your decisions or reactions. Subtle call to subscribe. If you want access to more structured daily Stoic exercises, subscribe now and join our growing community dedicated to calm, focused, and resilient living. Rule 8. Focus on what truly matters. Finally, Stoicism teaches that your life energy is limited. Anger and upset waste it. By focusing only on what truly matters, your character, your growth, and your purpose, You reclaim your time and attention. Everything else is distraction, often a source of unnecessary frustration. When confronted with irritation, ask yourself, does this truly matter in the long run? Will it impact my life meaningfully? Most of the time, the answer is no. By consistently redirecting your attention toward what is meaningful, you cultivate inner peace, intentional living, and resilience. Practical exercise. Make a list of your top priorities, values, goals, relationships. When a situation provokes anger, check it against this list. If it doesn't align with what truly matters, release it. This habit reduces wasted energy and strengthens emotional control. Reflection prompt. At the end of each day, journal about moments of upset. Were they aligned with your true priorities? How could focusing on what matters most have changed your response? Conclusion. Transforming your life with Stoic wisdom. By applying these 8 Stoic rules consistently, you can destroy anger and upset forever. You reclaim control over your mind, respond with wisdom rather than impulse, and live a life of unshakable inner peace. This is not an overnight transformation. It is a journey of daily reflection, practice, and conscious action. Start small, apply one rule at a time, and notice how your reactions begin to change. Over weeks and months, these habits compound, creating profound emotional freedom. Final call to subscribe. If you are committed to mastering your mind, subscribe to the channel now. Join thousands of others transforming their emotional lives, learning practical Stoic wisdom, and building habits that foster calm, focus, and clarity. Every video offers strategies, exercises, and insights that empower you to live a life of peace and purpose. Stoicism, inner peace, emotional control, mindset mastery, calm mind, life skills, self-improvement, mental strength, peace of mind. Stoic wisdom.